Hey guys, what's up? New video today. Something simple, something I've always wanted to do. Like I said, I've watched YouTube for years for fishing and stuff, but I've never done one of these. And I've seen pretty much anybody that's ever done fishing on YouTube has done one of these, but an MTB slam. So this would be my first one I've ever really done. I did one with Cody last year, but it was not on camera. We just did it for fun. So we're gonna open this up on camera, live, and see what we get out of it. And then we'll go from there. I'll rig up some rods and we'll get to the pond that I've chose to fish and we'll see what we can do. All right. I would like to reiterate, I am not sponsored by Mystery Tackle Box at all. I just think they make a heck of a product. It's really cool and it's kind of just fun because you don't know what you're gonna get out of the box. So let's pop it open and see what we get. So it's always neat, you get several things. You get what they call a Devil's Digest, and it has fishing tips and tricks in it. And then you get a sticker. And this is our list of baits. We'll get to that in a minute though. We'll start opening up. Start off, I've got some stickies, 3/0 offset worm hooks. Be super easy to applicate. And then I've got a Googan Squad Scout Junior in, what color is this? Sexy Shad, so that should work pretty well. I've also got a Tightrope Baby Fireworks Super Jig. Very small little application. I like that jig a lot actually. That'll work super well at this pond. Super easy to catch one on, I think. And then we also have Carl's Amazing Baits. Let me look and see what this is exactly. Carl's Amazing Baits, the Flicker Worm. And it's in looks like a June bug color. Ooh, it's like a little shaky head bait, or like you could throw it on a drop shot or something, a little flat, like straight tail worm. I like that bait, it looks good. And then, let me see, we also got some 10,000 Fish Sakoshi bugs, and this is Blue Crawl, okay. Blue Crawl, super easy application as well. This box will work great for where we're going. The only thing I have a slight question on if we catch a fish on will be the Scout Junior, just because I've never done great with moving baits, but something that is more reactive I think will work pretty well. This is a good box, I like it. And let me get rigged up and we'll see what we can do at the pond. All right guys, we've made it to the pond. This is a pretty little pond. Oh, hello, dog. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I think you're a new one. I've never met you before. Hi. They have some real sweet dogs here, guys. But it's a nice little pretty pond. I've got 3 rods rigged up currently, and I'm gonna start with what I think is gonna be my most difficult bait, which is the Googan Squad Scout Junior. The rest of these, I think I can catch them on pretty quickly. So we're going to start with this and see if we can get one pretty quick on it, and we'll move on to the rest of them. Wow, something big just spooked off right here. Assuming it's probably a catfish. There's some big catfish in this pond. But we'll see what we can do here. Alright guys, I'm going to switch over to the Sakoshi bug here for a minute. I just got it on a Ned rig. Should be able to catch one pretty quick on it, I'd imagine. There's usually fish setting right here. There's one. Very quick with it, guys. 3rd cast with it. Pretty solid little fish. The fish like to set in this little pocket right here because there's actually a freshwater spring that comes in right there, and it stays in like the 50s and 60s. In that little spot, and they just love setting in it. Now I feel like you all know me by this point. We got 5 different baits. So I'm gonna keep 5 different fish and get a weight on them and see what our slam weight can be. This one is 0.99, so right at a pound. We'll see what we can do with the rest of them, and yeah, let's let this little boy go. Alright guys, so we got bait number 1 out of the way pretty quick. I'm gonna pick up the second bait here. This is actually two of the 5 baits in the box. I've got that flicker worm on a Texas rig, and I'm using the offset EWG Stickies 3/0 hook. And we'll see if I can pick one up on it with a Texas rig. If not, I've got some shaky head stuff as well that we could possibly catch one on. First cast, guys. Oh, and it broke me off. Wow. Poor fish. Alright guys, we're rigged back up. I actually only had one bullet weight with me, so we're actually going to just fish it weightless. And if this works, awesome. If it doesn't, I will switch to a shaky head. But fortunately, we broke off on our first fish we had hooked on this bait. But we'll get back in here and see if we can catch one on it. Alright, let's make a move around here, guys. This side of the pond, there's a couple little spots I usually can catch one, like I said, next to that spring. And usually one around the dock. I only picked up the one. I did get the 2 bites, but we're gonna move down pond a little bit here and see if we can pick up one a little closer to the dam side. It is warm today, so maybe they're hanging out in this deeper water. Alright guys, we made it down here a little farther. Sometimes I catch some fish out of this little pocket right here, this little corner of the dam. So we're gonna throw this jerkbait through. Just really trying to get one to react to the jerkbait right now, because everything else I'm not too concerned about. I'm pretty sure I'll catch one on it, but this bait I'm slightly worried about. So I'm trying to get one out of the way with it first. There's one, guys. Oh, I'm hung up in my cable here. Still got him. He's not super big, but I got one on the jerkbait. He's just not fighting at all, but he ate it good. Awesome. Okay, we only got 3 baits to go. Jerkbaits always scare me with fish, guys. Be very careful with these. I should have brought pliers just for this one bait, but it's very scary trying to get a jerkbait out of a fish's mouth. There we go. Alright guys, we got our fish number 2. So we'll give them away and we'll move on to the next bait. 0.90. Alright guys. Fish number 2. Caught that one on that Guggen Squad Scout Jr. And now we only got 3 baits to go, so we'll get on to the next one. So with that done, I'm gonna go back to the flicker worm and the Stickies hook. See if I can get one on it. Got one running with it. Oh, I got him, guys. There we go. Got him off that stump out there in the middle. That's a better fish too. I've never really caught many real good fish out of this pond, but they're all in that nice little 3/4 to a pound to a pound and a half range. That one's a little better. That's probably the biggest one I've caught today. $1.16 for our 3rd fish of the slam. That's our best one for sure. But we'll pick up, I think we have just the jig to go, and then I'm gonna try to hopefully pick up one more fish along the way so we can get a best 5, but that's a pretty fish, nice healthy. we'll see what we can do with this little jig. I'll get it tied on and we'll get back to fishing. All right, guys, we got this little ball head finesse jig on. I put a net bait pack-a-chunk on the back of it, and that bait once again is called the Baby Fireworks Super Jig. It's a little finesse jig. It's 1/4 ounce, and I'm gonna try to catch one on it here pretty quick, and then they're biting pretty good, so I'll probably finish around the pond and you'll see the rest of that, but I want to at least try to catch 5 for you guys, so let's see what we can do. There's one, guys. Got him. Oh, I lost him. Very little fish. He was probably about 8 inches long, 7 or 8 inches long, but they will eat it. So let's get back in there and try to catch one. There's one, guys. I got him. Oh, came off. All right, guys, that's a couple fish on this bait, and I've missed them both. I'm gonna probably try to flare out this guard a little bit. I'm not getting a good hook in them, so that's the one thing I can do to this jig to maybe make it a little bit more effective, so we're gonna try it. There's one right there, guys. I got that one. Let's go. Got that one finally. So it actually did affect that jig a little bit with the hookup ratio when I changed that weed guard around, but it's probably actually our littlest one. I'm actually probably gonna pick up the Ned rig again, just because it's so much fun to catch these fish on that spinning rod. But 0.83, not a bad little fish. He's a little skinny, but he's doing all right. We'll let him swim off, and we'll see if we can catch a limit, and we'll finish out fishing the pond. Okay, guys, we've officially finished the MTB slam, but I'm gonna try to pick up a 5th fish here before we head out. I had just a little time today to try to make you guys a video and put some content out, so I figured I would, but we'll see if we can pick one more up here. I got a little bit of time left. I'd just like to catch y'all off a 5 fish limit if I can. There's one, guys. I got my drag way too loose on this rod right now, but we're just gonna roll with it. Oh, look at that jump. Like I said, these fish in here aren't super huge or anything, but they fight hard, and they're really pretty fish. And it's a nice little pond, super close to my house. It's not fished to death like everything else in this state, but we got our 5th fish. We'll see what this one weighs. 105, our 2nd biggest fish of the day. Right, locked at 103. Pretty little fish. Watch it swim off real quick, and then I'll give you a best 5 total right now. I'm gonna fish a little bit longer because I caught that one pretty fast, but 493. I'll tell you what, let's hopefully, we got one small fish. Let's see if we can get a 5-pound limit for our best 5. Let's see if we can get to an average of a pound a piece out of here. If we can do that, I'd feel pretty good on the day. There's one, guys. I went back to the Ned rig and started throwing around a little bit. He's fighting good. Oh my God. Guys, look at how big this bluegill is. Oh my goodness. It's a hybrid, but look, no, that's a regular bluegill. Oh my gosh. I thought that was a hybrid, guys. Look at this bluegill. When you can lip them, you know it's a big bluegill. Wow. That is a pie plate. Bet that fish is, I mean, that fish is probably 9 inches long for a bluegill. I can't believe that. That's humongous. Barely fit my hand around it. All right, guys, we'll try to get that one more coal still, but that was interesting. There's another one. That's a better fish there, guys. That might be the coal we're looking for. I believe it is, if I can land him. He's digging. There we go, boys. That might be actually the biggest one of the day. That's a solid little fish right there. Like I said, this pond's just full of 3/4 pounders to 1.5 pounds. That one there's getting closer to that 1.5 pound range. Probably a little short of it, but we'll give this one away and then see if we can hit that 5 pound limit. And I'm gonna make a couple more casts up around that spring and then we're gonna get out of here. Yep, 1 1/4, so that does get the coal that we were after, guys. That puts us up to 535 for our best 5, so not anything special, but fun little day on the water. Can't complain about it. We'll watch this one swim away, our biggest of the day. Alright guys, I'm just gonna give you the specs just in case. I feel like I might not have got that on camera, but caught the biggest one of the day there. It was a 132, so nothing crazy, but that called out a 0.90 for us, so it definitely helped our limit out a little bit. And I'm just going to make a couple little pitches around here in this little corner, and then we're going to head out. Okay guys, about to head out of here, but I'll kind of go over the baits with you one more time. So one of the baits was the Guggen Squad or Guggen Baits Scout Junior. I've used the regular Scout quite a bit. I like the bait. I do probably prefer the bigger profile and the deeper running. This one dives 3 to 5 feet, but caught me a couple good fish today and definitely works. We also had this little ball head finesse jig made by Tightrope, and it's called the Baby Fireworks Super Jig. And I paired it with a net bait pocket chunk, and it worked really well. The only thing that I noticed on it was the weed guard seems to, for some reason, affect the hook set a little bit. So all I did was just kind of fan it out like that a little bit, and my hookup ratio got significantly better. I didn't lose a fish after I did that to the jig. As for the other baits, we had the Carl's Amazing Baits Flicker Worm, and that bait did really well. I threw it on a text rig and a weightless text rig. You can throw it on a shaky head, a drop shot, really whatever application you want to use it for. I really like that bait, and it's something I would have probably never known to try if I hadn't bought this box. So I like that bait quite a bit. Another one of the baits was this Sticky's 3/0 offset worm hook, and I actually really like this hook. It's lightweight, super sharp, and I'd definitely buy them again. Something else I would have never tried if I didn't know about it from this box. And as for the last bait, it is the 10,000 fish Sakoshi bug and blue crawl, and I have not used this specific color of Sakoshi bug, but I have used these before. They're a very good bait. I throw a Ned rig a lot. I think you all probably know that by now, but this bait works really well, and it's a different profile from like your Z-Man TRD or say like a Guggen Baits Rattling Ned. This is also Elastec, so it stretches better and they stand up to fish better, and you can catch more fish on these. They just hold up better. But I like the bait, and yeah, there was my MTB slam. Also, just to give you the final verdict of the day, so we had our best 5 as a 0.99, a 132, a 116, a 125, and a 103, and gave us a total of a 577 bag. So nothing crazy, but not terrible, and I'm definitely happy with it. And with that being said, I'll tell you all to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.